Hey folks, welcome to Clipsy's Bricks. Today we're going to tackle another part out. It's going to be Market Street, set 10190. It was released in 2007. Now this is the last modular on my list. With this one completed, I will have all of the modulars either through part out or the official builds, and I'm excited to get into it. Let's go. Now, according to the part list available on Bricklink for the Market Street modular, the set is comprised of 184 unique items. That said, I've identified 10 that I guess are the pricier ones that are going to run you a little bit more if you were to get them. And I'm going to show you what I got. Here's the list here on the left. And I'll show you what I'm doing as alternatives. The first is, instead of the minifigure hair in the bright green, I opted to go with the mop head in green, because the whole point of it is to make it look like lettuce or some kind of vegetable in the market. So that's the first one. The second is the 1x8x2 arches in dark blue or earth blue. I found out from Cafe Corner these cost way too much, and I got a bunch of these turquoise ones off of the Pick-a-Brick wall a while back. So you need 5 of them. I'm going to use that color instead, just to add a little additional splash of color. Next, you have the lion's head. I did pick this up. The Fire Brigade set from a couple of years ago actually has 2 of these in this color in it, so they're actually fairly easy to get. But you know, price per part, they are going to run you a little bit higher. Next are the 2 doors with the left swing and the right swing. I'm not going for the 1x4x5s. Again, I found out on Cafe Corner they cost way too much, so I'm going to try to swap them out with the standard 1x4x6s with just the clear glass. You gotta stay tuned to see how that works out. Next, there is the printed manhole cover tile. You need 2 of these. These are starting to go up in price because they have been discontinued. So I was able to get those. I think they cost me 45-60 cents, somewhere in there. Next on the list, for some reason, the white pieces, some of the unique white pieces, are the parts that have skyrocketed in price since they retired. I also think part of it is because white is notorious for discoloring and just looking horrid with the used in the used market parts. So for this bar 1x8x2, instead of white, I'm going with the dark blue gray, just because I have some. Next, the 1x4x5 door. Again, I'm going to go with the 1x4x6 with a white door, and make sure that will swing the same way. Next, the flexible hose, 8x5 long. This is what it looks like in black. The white ones, I could not find anything at a decent price, so I have opted. Instead of that, I'm going to try one of these 2 flexible parts instead. I got 2 different lengths. I'm not sure which one's going to work best, but that's what I've chosen to do there. And then lastly, the train window, the 1x4x2 pane. Again, these were kind of unique parts, kind of costly. So I'm going to try to either use these 1x2x2s, which should give the same appearance. And if that doesn't work out, I have 2 standard 1x2x2 windows frames in white. So those are I guess the unique parts of the parts that are in what I plan to change out and use instead of the what the original set calls for. Now, I'll be back in a little bit, and you can see how it's gone. Here's the first part, which I guess technically is the market part of the build, and you can see got the turquoise arches in there. I think it actually looks pretty good. Has definitely a bigger pop of color than the original set. Also in here you can see I've got the green mop head pieces for the I guess they're lettuce. Some of the other one of the other things actually I didn't anticipate changing, but I did during the build is these clips, though 1x1 modified plates with horizontal. I think there's a horizontal clip. They're supposed to be, or the set calls for them in light blue gray, and to me it just made sense to swap them out to the tan to you know, kind of match the rest of the wall, so they're not as in your face. I think they blend in a lot better. And other than that, I mean, all the parts in this portion of the build are all really standard, other than maybe these whip pieces here. But again, you know, they really weren't that expensive. And I think, you know, the like other than these arches, being the most expensive, you know, it's really easy and economical build to reproduce. And frankly, and I think this gives you a lot of opportunity to make it your own. I mean, these arches come in a lot of different colors, and they really change out the look. And you know, even this decorative element here would be easy to modify to your own desire. You know, with your own look, and you know, still retain the overall characteristic of the build. You can also see, oops, knock that off. You know, these were supposed to be white, but I think the dark blue gray works just as well. Now the original set is supposed to be on a dark blue gray or dark bluish gray base plate, and then of course you can see I use green here. My thought is that I'm going to extend it and maybe do some kind of like community gardens out back here, and I was thinking maybe even doing some kind of floor mosaic inside underneath the roof. So, and then this very easy build, it just sets in there. So yeah, I think there's a lot of opportunity here for changing up and making it your own and adding your own unique choices. And with that, I'm going to get on to the rest of the main building part of the build, and I'll be back in a bit. Here's the final build. You can see right off the bat, I did end up changing the curved railings. Separate this, push this back. You know, my plan had been to use this piece. However, the robot arm does not actually go around that piece. So what I did instead is I opted to just to use the straight bars here, and then use the top and bottom. And you know, I think it still has the same look because there was 5 robot arms across the curved. Now it's just straight, and I mean, arguably, yes, minifigure can follow at the side, so safety-wise, it's not the best, but I think it still works. I did order curved rail piece, this one up here, that's available on Lego.com. When I get that, I'm gonna try it out, see what it looks like. If I like it better, I might change them out, but otherwise, I'm just gonna leave them as is. So there it is with the 6-side doors, 6-side door. Now, One thing I will show you, like the cafe corner, there is absolutely nothing inside this build. And even they stack really well though. And even on the roof, and arguably, you open up this door here, and you're gonna fall right through that hole into the staircase. So definitely not the safest build. I'm sure it won't pass code inspection these days. Let me knock that off. I need to change this out. It's supposed to be a 2x3 plate, but because I changed to the 6 tall window or door, if I do use a plate, I can't open the door, so it needs to be a tile. So I just need to swap those out still. But even then, I mean, it's still a pretty flimsy connection, given that it's only really held on by the 2 studs. I'm just gonna spin it around here again and show you one of the other drawbacks. So the back windows have, by the design of the set, are bricked in. I think there's a good opportunity to swap things out. And I keep knocking things over. So you can see what I did there. I swapped out the back bricked in windows for actual windows, same style. But I wanted to try out these turquoise color to kind of tie in the same as that I used over on the market side. Let me know what you think. Do you think I should go all 4 with these, or if I just stick with the whites? Be a better look there. Cat hair. Yeah, let me know what you think. Or if I should just leave them as the bricked in. So you got 3 options: bricked in, white window frames, or the turquoise window frames. Another thought I had, I could even swap out these window frames to be the turquoise to kind of tie it in. And that brings me to one of my thoughts about this set. Ultimately, it's, a lot of people, it's their least favorite. Admittedly, it is very straightforward. It's a really straightforward build. Pretty boxy, pretty plain, not a whole lot going on. But I think that's actually one of its positives. This set has so much potential for modifying it and making it your own. And if you don't like you don't like the railings, you can change them out. If you don't like the colors, you can change it out. But it's still got some really interesting architectural features. The curved double stairway. I knock it out of the way, anyways. It's got the double stairway entrance. You could change the window colors. I think this is one of the most underrated modulars of the line. I think it just has so much potential to really get in there, change things up, make it unique to your own style and for your own city. So I challenge you, go out there and make it your own. And honestly, most of the parts, especially if you're modifying it, there's nothing really out of the ordinary. Like I pointed out earlier, some of this stuff, but you can change you can change this decorative design to whatever you want. But the general nuts and bolts build of it, I think it offers a really good starting point. And actually, for newer builders or folks who don't have as much experience building their own stuff, it's a great base in which to go from. There's not a whole lot of room inside, but there's enough you can do something with, add some interiors. If you get really fancy, you could probably move the staircases around, but then you're going to have to change all the bottom plates. Yeah, I think, you know, I think it's a really good spot to start for mocking your own modular buildings. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed the modular part outs I've done, and hope you come back. Take care, everyone.